Alright then guys, this is going to be my preview. This is not going to be a long one. There's literally every United fan I think is together on this. It's a pointless game. The only thing is though, the only way that it wouldn't be a pointless game is the fact that it will give some of our youngsters a chance. The likes of, well, I'll give my proper prediction on our lineup later, but we've got the likes of Garner, Galbraith, we've got Ted and Mengi, Ethan Laird, all that lot travelling in the squad, so it could be a good opportunity for them to get some good first team football, which for them would mean the world. And not only that, but it could be the difference between a 5,000 to a 10 to 20,000 a week contract. So for us, we're looking at it as if there's no point in it, because in terms of a fan and a viewing perspective, and in terms of a club, there really isn't. But I guess on a personal level, it's quite a decent game for them, especially for the likes of Odin Igalo, who could break Man United's record for most goals in consistent starts since joining the club. So that'd be interesting for him. I hope he can do that. That'd be kind of nice for him to get that record, especially since he's such a big United fan. This video isn't going to be as structured as my other ones, because like I said, there really isn't much to talk about. There isn't much to go over, and I don't know much about LASK. All I know is that since we've played them, I think they've only won 3 of their last 11, losing their most recent one 2-0 to some small club. So there really isn't much to talk about in terms of LASK. There isn't much to talk about in terms of what could happen after this, because if we win, we go through. If we draw, we go through. If we don't lose 5-0, we go through. So there really isn't much to talk about. We can talk about the last game, but again, it seems so long ago, and the fact that it finished 5-0 at their place just proves that there really isn't much to talk about. We destroyed them. We were 2-0 up for most of the game, and then we turned on the afterburners at the end, and we just finished the tie. There's nothing more to say about it, really. We won 5-0. As long as we don't lose 5 or 6, we go through. That's all I can say. There really isn't much more to say. It's, like I said, it's not one of the games where you're going to be pumped up for, really excited, like, oh, what's going to happen? What can we do if this happens? None of that. Don't lose 5-0, we go through. That's all it is. We don't have to go. We don't have to turn up. We don't have to try our hardest. We don't even have to try half as hard. We don't even have to play off any of our starting 11, and we'll go through. Yeah. So I'm just going to quickly go through my lineup right now. I'm going to go for 11 changes from the game we saw against Leicester. That is how confident I am. And not only that, when you see this squad, you'll see that it's good enough. We've got Sergio Romero in goal. We've got Dallo right back, Ted and Mengi and Eric Bailly at centre backs, with Ethan Laird left back, McTominay and Fred just in behind Mata, with James on the left, Lingard on the right, and Igalo up top. That is our second string team. We haven't got a single starting 11 player in there. Looking at that, I say that in terms of the Premier League, that is a mid-table side. Therefore, that is good enough to win this game. This is very similar to the team that we used last time, except I think we had Pereira starting, and we won 5-0. To be honest, we're playing at Old Trafford. I don't know if they're going to turn up. I don't know if we have to turn up. So it could be a boring 1-0, 0-0, 1-0, who knows. Or if we feel really up to it, because a lot of these players, they're going to be proving themselves. I don't know if, because LASK, I think they're currently in the domestic season. I don't know if they're going to turn up with their full strength 11, because they can't afford to. Especially since I think they're going to go to it thinking, this time's already done. There's no point at all in properly trying to go out there and try and win the game, because they're not going to. So they might bring like a third or second string team like we're bringing. And if they're bringing a second string team, our second string team demolished their first team. Imagine what they do to their second. So, again, it's a game that I'm feeling deliriously comfortable in. There's really nothing more to say, but it's going to be a convincing win. Maybe not in this game, but over the fixture as a whole, the fact that it's 5-0 in the first leg, it's going to be comfortable. It's There's no need to go into this game with any nerves. For a while, this isn't an important game. It really isn't. The important game will be the next one, which I think is Monday. This one we don't have to worry about. This one is a shoo-in. Again, clip this up if you have to. If we lose, then sure. If we go out 6-0, then who knows? But it's not going to happen. I've put money on United to go through. I've put probably more money than I should have done, because we're going through. And I'm going to say it's going to finish 3-0 United on the day, 8-0 in the fixture. We're going to the quarterfinals. We're going to beat LASK at Old Trafford. We're going to go to the quarterfinals. We're going to win the quarterfinals. We're going to win the semi-finals. And we're probably going to meet Inter Milan in the final. If not, meet Wolves in the semi-final, which could be a tricky game, because we've proven ourselves that we can't beat Wolves in any competition. We've only beaten them once since they came up. So this isn't a video about Wolves. This is just a video about the LASK game, but that just proves that how little this one matters. I'm talking about fixtures in the future. This has been Just Another Football Fan. See you guys in the next one. Peace.